Welcome to the Reformed Stoic Podcast. Have a seat, grab a drink. Here we discuss politics, religion, current events, philosophy, and everything else that matters. Pull up a chair, get cozy. I'm your host, Reformed Stoic. Let's get started. Mic check, mic check. Good morning, Vietnam. The hell is everybody? Wait, why did the chat look like it had so many comments? What? Please hook me up. Oh, word. There's a bunch of comments that I can't see. Wait, I can't see any of the comments. Are there comments? Hold up. Are those comments from yesterday? I'm going to refresh. Sometimes the comments kind of disappear in my live stream. There might just not be any comments, but I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Yeah, there's a ton of comments. What the hell? That was weird. I could not see any of your comments. But after a refresh, here are all of my friends. We're all here. You know, every now and then there's still going to be some turbulence. Some shakiness is to be expected. But CPU and everything seems to be running pretty good lately. I've done all kinds of little upgrades. And I've been on it, boys. I've been on it. My sister has a boyfriend, so unfortunately she's off the table for you. We got a good show for you today, my friends. It seems like the UFO stuff, the UFO sightings from the government, that's popping back up in the news. So I thought today would be a perfect opportunity to remind y'all about Project Bluebeam. And we just got to make sure we're all on the same page, baby. There's no life out there in the universe. All of the life is here on this flat plane that is domed and walled by ice. How could you possibly think that there's no life out there? Because there's not. And we're going to learn about that today. Let's do the news segment. You're listening to the Reformed Stoic News segment. Let's go. Let's see here. I think now is a good opportunity. You know what? I'm going to go with Salty Cactus. You're a made man, my friend. Rick Stees, made man. Let's go ahead and ban everybody who talks about my sister. Let's go. Okay. Regardless of that, we got 2 new mods. Welcome to Maddom, my new mods. Your first task is to ban everybody who talks about my sister. Okay. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in heat. Let's get it started and ha! Okay. First up. Boom. Tornadoes tear through the south as storm moves east. GMA. Let's go. ABC News.
The deadly tornado outbreak across the south with dozens of twisters leaving a trail of destruction. Senior national correspondent Steve Sami is in Alabama with the latest. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. We are in rural Autauga County where several homes were destroyed and a number of people lost their lives. And as always, we find little pieces of life that are left behind. This is a Holy Bible that I found here. It was left open. No doubt prayers are up for this community. This home that I'm standing around was blown off its foundation and then torn to bits directly behind me.
The tornadoes and deadly winds that cut through the southeast have left a trail of heartache this morning.
This was my mom's house, y'all. My sister lived in it.
At least 7 people in Georgia and Alabama did not make it through the night. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey declared a state of emergency for 6 counties after at least 23 reported tornadoes were seen in her state.
Look at that tornado!
In Selma, seen from the sky, this is what a tornado left of one neighborhood. And a few minutes later, in rural Autauga County, authorities confirmed that this same storm damaged or destroyed 40 to 50 homes.
I just never thought I'd be in that kind of situation, but I know nobody does.
Man, I think southern girls are so adorable. I feel like the South is calling my name lately, ladies and gentlemen. It's a shame that it's getting hit with hurricanes. Oh, why don't y'all just come on in and have some hot tea? Why don't y'all just come on in and have some sweet tea? What an adorable little thing y'all is. You're cute. Where'd y'all come from? Man, I want me a Southern belle. Let's go!
Georgia was up next, where schools closed early to get kids home safely. Near Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta, a confirmed tornado tore through a warehouse with workers inside who were praying for their lives.
The door started to blow open because the wind was picking up, and then it flew all the way open. And I was trying to close it. The power went out, and then I just hear crashing.
The storm flipped cars outside a Walmart and brought flooding rains to the region.
We have seen possibly 20 to 30 houses that have been destroyed from the tornado.
This same storm system also left piles of ruin in central Kentucky. And in parts of Tennessee, the winds were strong enough to bring down the side of this brick building and crush any vehicle that stood in the way.
The wind was blowing so hard today, you couldn't even hear the car alarm go off when the first car got smashed.
Here in Alabama,
We'll
there's
check that
a
out.
line of power crews that are already out this morning trying to restore power to this area, and they will certainly need it because now that this storm has passed, it has gotten really cold here, and now the storm continues to push north and east. Michael.
All right, Steve, thank you so much for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for...
All right, so libs are trying to ban gas stoves, huh? Let's see if we can squeak that in. Yeah, things are working pretty good today. Knock on wood. I don't want to like jinx it or brag too much, but the action's feeling way better on these podcasts lately. Gas stove safety concerns. Let's go. ABC News.
This morning, the headlines teasing a potential federal ban on gas stoves due to health concerns triggering a backlash. But this morning, officials say they're only opening a public comment period and no one is coming for your gas stove. At the heart of the issue is medical research showing nearly 13% of childhood asthma cases in the U.S. can be linked to the use of a gas stove. It's one of multiple studies looking into chemicals that enter our homes through stoves.
These are oxides of nitrogen, or NOx, that get released into our homes when we use gas to cook. And NOx are well known to contribute to asthma.
Many pollutants are odorless. Consumer Reports also looking into this.
Nitrogen dioxide is a concern because we know that it does have adverse effects on respiratory tract, respiratory illnesses, especially for sensitive individuals such as children who could have asthma, as well as elderly people who also suffer from asthma.
Rich Trumka, commissioner of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, told Bloomberg News a ban on gas stoves is on the table, but he later backtracked. The agency clarified it has not proposed any regulatory action on gas stoves at this time, adding that any regulation would involve a lengthy process which would apply only to new appliances. In the meantime, as regulators investigate, there are some steps that concerned parents can take.
The question is, what's the first best actionable thing we can do? And that is to make sure that we use hoods, we use ventilation. If we don't have those installed, can we at least try and open a window?
Consumer Reports found only 13% of homes use their range hood. Meanwhile, nearly 100 cities have already banned gas hookups in new construction to eliminate fossil fuels in apartment buildings, and New York's governor has called for a ban on gas appliances statewide.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
I got mixed feelings about this one. I remember when my roommates in Boston, we had a gas stove, and if you have like a bunch of chuddy roommates who just get high and drunk all the time, it's a good way to blow up your house, honestly, dude. People would leave it burning. I feel like there was one time I found it. Like, you see that in movies, assassins will turn on all the gas so that your house blows up. Like, they're kind of sketchy, bro. I'm not going to lie. I don't even have a gas stove. I just use electric stovetops, so I mean, I get it. If that's what you have, it's like, man, I have a gas stove and I don't want to have to change it, but I'm not going to act like this is a huge deal to me. They just want everything electric so they can cut your shit off. Yeah, it's not a bad point. I'll bet there's like a really like wholesome feeling to having a gas stove. You're just like, yeah, just turning on my gas stove, baby. Oh, what's that? There's a power outage? Man, I think I'm going to make some coffee to celebrate. Oh, you can't make coffee, right? Well, I can because I got a gas stove, baby. Let's gas it. Yeah, I guess we should protect the old gas stoves. I don't really have a dog in this fight, but I'll fight the good fight with you, brothers. NBC News, top secret document. Okay, yes, wedding. Can you elaborate on what that is? I don't even know what that is, bro. Let's go through some of the scheduled programming, and then we'll get there. We got a big segment on UFOs and Project Bluebeam today. Top secret document among those discovered in Biden's former office. So what? Biden's just like taking a crap in his like presidential toilet while he's looking over some secret documents, like corn pop, flying saucers, and secret underground alien monsters will all be. He's just like reading over top secret documents about like chimeras and fucking flat earth and shit while he's in the bathroom. Let's go.
Tonight, President Biden at the White House ignoring questions about the newly appointed special counsel. The president now the focus of a criminal investigation into whether he mishandled classified documents, which were found at 2 locations not approved for storing classified material, including inside his garage at his home in Delaware and his former private office that he used after the vice presidency, where we're learning at least one of the classified documents was marked with the government's highest classification, top secret, according to a senior U.S. official and another person.
I don't even really get what the issue is. Like, no, you can't look at the secret documents. Like, why can't the president look at secret documents? Can we just stop here? Like, everybody's so used to like, oh, the news is telling me to be angry. I know a lot of people are like, oh, now it's Biden's turn. Now it's Biden's turn because now Biden, the same thing that happened to Trump. And it's just like, why can't the president look at top secret documents? Like, so everybody seems to agree that we have to keep secrets from the president. And it's like, what? I mean, I think that's weird. Why can't the president look at top secret documents? Like, what are we, protecting our country from our own president? I'm sorry, we can't allow the president to know. Like, we're protecting our people from our president. Like, what? It's kind of weird, dude.
Familiar with the matter. NBC News has also learned multiple aides who once worked for then Vice President Biden have been interviewed by federal law enforcement officials, according to 2 people familiar with the matter. The White House facing growing criticism for not telling the public about the classified documents for over 2 months. The first batch was discovered by
I just saw some classified documents right there, if you know what I mean.
Biden attorneys on November 2nd, a week before the midterms. Yet there was no public announcement by the White House until just this week, and only in response to a media report. Today, House Republicans demanding answers, launching a new investigation.
His attorney found these documents a week before the midterm elections. Clearly, they had to have notified their client, the President of the United States, and yet nothing was done about it, and they swept this under the rug. They hid it until it was leaked to the media.
Tonight, multiple allies of President Biden tell NBC News they're growing frustrated with how the White House is handling the controversy, saying it's being made worse by the fact that Biden officials are giving few details. One ally calling it a misstep, not to be more transparent. Now, the president facing the possibility of being interviewed by the special counsel. We pressed the White House.
Would the president agree to sit for an on-the-record, in-person interview?
I'm not going to get into specifics or get ahead of what's going to happen.
So, Kristen, how is the White House responding to that criticism coming from Democratic allies?
Well, Lester, the White House did not respond publicly, but one source familiar with the thinking here tells NBC News they've been weighing the desire not to upset the Justice Department by releasing what they're calling, quote, granular details. Meanwhile, the president will be facing all of this when he delivers his State of the Union address, which we've learned will be February 7th.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Okay. Let's do yay wedding. Current post-hardcore. I feel like one of the most recent was Title Fight, but really that's kind of like old news at this point. Title Fight had albums for like 2008, 2009, 2014. I can't think of any like really new bands, but appreciate it, brah. Kanye West's bizarre secret marriage to his employee. Sloan, can we get a short one? Kanye West marries Yeezy designer and Kim lookalike in private ceremony. Oh, come on. Is she really a Kim lookalike? That ass looks alike. That ass looks alike. That's it. Here we go. New York Post. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty much it, dude. He got married. Good for him. Kanye's still getting it, and I'm still not. Let's get it. House Republican disunity could create debt ceiling dilemma. Let's see what this is about. CNBC.
Not since the 1850s had it taken this many rounds of voting for the party in the majority, this time the Republicans, to pull enough of their members together to actually have a majority of them vote for one person for speaker. What the House Speaker vote showed us was how incredibly narrow Kevin McCarthy's margin for error is in every House vote, where he can only lose 4 members of his caucus. It also showed us the leverage that the far right, that these Freedom Caucus members hold over the Speaker and over the rest of their caucus. So if they come together and decide to object, for instance, later this year to raising the debt ceiling, there is little limit to what they can ask for in terms of concessions. So what we're really looking at in the next 6 months is a very elaborate game of chicken that's going to pit Senate Democrats, who have their majority, and the White House against House Republicans, but more specifically against this very small faction of House Republicans that holds an incredible amount of leverage.
Debt ceiling. You know, debt maxing isn't really that bad of an idea, guys. Like, that's pretty much what this country is on a large scale, is just debt maxing. Like, just running up the tab into the high end of the trillions with, it seems like, no intentions of ever really paying it. Run up those credit cards, baby, and then just die before you have to pay it. That's what I say. Maybe wait till you're older. Maybe when you're older, start debt maxing. What are they going to do? Make you pay it when you're dead? Let's go. Thank God we have some real Americans in government. Real. There was a debt ceiling dilemma long before these badasses stood up for us. Really real. Okay, my friends, let's begin. Check out Castavet. Will do, my friend. There's lots of 90s bands you should check out. No Knife. No Knife is a cool band from the 90s. Jawbreaker, obviously. Dear You. Knapsack. You've heard me like working out to Knapsack a couple of times. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of right now. Check those bands out. Good stuff. UFO sightings surpass 500 in declassified UAP report. USA Today. This is from 3 hours ago, guys. I've been saying this on my channel for years now. When we reach the day where the entire world is watching the television like it's 9/11 and we're all learning about some sort of alien disclosure, you better have your food ready. You better be prepped. You better be ready for shit to hit the fan, guys. And the more this stuff escalates with UFOs, it's a sign. It's a sign of bad things coming. No, these are not alien UFOs. No, we're never going to learn about the reality of aliens in the universe. It's always been a psyop. H.G. Wells invented aliens in his novel War of the Worlds. Aliens are the work of science fiction novelists. It is an elite trap. Project Bluebeam. We will get there. Let's start here.
Look at that thing. It's rotating.
NASA has been hiring a number of theologians to start preparing a biblical explanation for alien life. So NASA has been initiating a program to start preparing the Christian masses, because they don't want it to be like, they want Christians to accept it. They want Christians to accept the existence of alien life and have it not contradict their beliefs. So they're preparing for that.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I highly suspect those vids for being faked. And speaking of Tom DeLonge, it very well could be his company that is faking that footage. The Reach the Stars, super sketchy, dude. Reach the Stars has all kind of like CIA funding. Tom DeLonge is a Freemason, very publicly known as a Freemason. I believe Mark has like some sort of a military. He's got like a high-level military family. Yeah, Blink-182 is establishment, guys. I grew up listening to him. We jammed some Boxcar Racer today, but that's just the way it is, boys. Project Bluebeam, praying for everyone who falls for it. Look at this, Chad. Boom. Okay, so. Oh, I forgot about this one. Massive fire erupts at Illinois chemical plant. 14 seconds. Let's get it.
Outside Chicago tonight, a fire has been put out at a chemical plant after burning for more than 5 hours. No one was hurt, but people in the area are being warned to not touch a green chemical residue that's been left behind. Officials say it can stain skin.
Why do I feel like that's the beginning of the Hulk or something? That's like the beginning of Ninja Turtles or the Hulk. Do not touch the green goo that came from the power plant. Or from the chemical plant. All right, well, that's that. Okay, this might be a bit tedious because I'm going to have to read this. I was looking for videos on Bluebeam. I imagined that I would have trouble finding them because it's YouTube, but I found this video from 13 years ago with 1.2 million views. The infamous NASA Bluebeam project has 4 different steps in order to implement the New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head. 13 years ago, everybody in the comments is saying, this is so relevant, like, you know, this aged well. Watching this in 2022 and things are becoming scary accurate. This is a heavy red pill right here, so let's go. I'm going to have to read it. So let's go. Let's get it. Okay, let's turn the music off. Project Bluebeam is a continuous experimentation of the Philadelphia and Montauk experiments. The collective plan is to create a worldwide light show with accompanying electronically driven wave patterns. There's a little demonstration. And that's all going to be going on in lower orbit, obviously. This pulse wave would make people think God is talking to them. The first step concerns the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. There will be quakes in various places which will reveal unusual items which will be used to support their coming lie. Record number of quakes in 2008. This falsification will be used to make the population believe that all religious doctrine has been misunderstood. The second step is the gigantic space light show. And of course, this has been primed by shows like Ancient Aliens and people talking about the UFOs. We're seeing these things come to be. We're seeing society like prep us for this alien revelation. Space light show. 3D optical holograms and sounds, laser projections of multiple holographic images. The third step is telepathic electronic two-way communication. Waves will reach the people of Earth. I mean, I don't know about all these details, but yeah, this is the real deal, guys. Inside their head, the messages will pour in, and this is what people talk about with voice to skull. So if you look into the V2K voice to skull community, they're already saying they have this technology. When the project is activated, a messiah will appear in every country representing that country's biggest religion. Yeah, so the idea, but you see, there's different ways this could go. I feel like they're combining them. Like one version is that it's just aliens, and then the government suggests that it disproves Christianity. Like these aliens show up, and they claim to be our alien overlords, vindicating the ancient alien Sumerian worldview. That's one version. You know, they could claim the invasion disproves the Bible. Or they could try to fake the coming of Christ. I mean, there's different ways that this thing could go. Thus, Muslims will see Muhammad while Christians will see Christ, and so on. That's a possibility. All religions' gods will melt into one God. Jesus will be melted also into the new world religion leader. A lot of specifics here. A lot of specifics. Electronic universal supernatural manifestation designed to deceive will create the following illusion. Make mankind believe an alien invasion is imminent. Okay, so that's the gist of it. We're not going to go through that whole thing. Let's read some of these comments. Me watching this after Project Bluebeam is going viral 12 years later. This comment's from a year ago. This shit gonna happen, trust me. I'm at the point where literally anything is either too crazy to believe, but everything's showing me it is possible and my brain can't handle it. I just want everyone to be okay. They censored the other videos that were released along with this one 12 years ago. I suspect the same will happen to this one. I remember a lot more on Bluebeam, a hell of a lot more, and going down the rabbit hole. Now I can barely find anything at all. Videos or things to read just aren't there anymore, it seems. Yeah, this is still up, though. I'm not scared for myself, but I am for my two sons and all the little ones of this world. I pray for them. This definitely aged well. Definitely with the so-called full cover on UFO. Why now all of the sudden? Because it's the correct time to introduce fear. These are the last days. Project Bluebeam, get ready for the light show. Yes, I did some research and found many things about it, even though not many YouTube videos are there about it. Now the USA have a space force and 5G all around the world, and COVID-19 is the psychology test. The UFO files are open. Let's go, NWO and WEF, Great Reset. You see, guys, this is the real deal. And, like, how woke are these people? I mean, it's, at the end of the day, it's not supposed to be a competition. It's not supposed to be a competition. This is pretty good information here. This is pretty good information here, guys. Like, all of these people are woke on the fact that our government is going to try to lie to us about alien disclosure. And you make sure you combine that with a faith in Jesus Christ, because that's what it all comes down to, guys. Watching this in 2022, and things are becoming scary accurate. I honestly can't wait to see what happens in the coming years. We are living in great times. I truly believe these are the last days. Let's see what we got here. Based Mel Gibson poster. Based Mel Gibson. False. Cringe. We are living in the end times. Yes, true. No, it is the beginning of the beast system disguised as the end of days. Random friction, what do you mean disguised? I was under the impression that the NWO beast system represented the end of days. Well, look what's happening. The book is right. Most of humanity will fall for this, for lack, weak faith, and will endure this for 5 years until the real end of days. If people would just take time and research, read the Bible or any religion manuscripts, they are all similar and say the devil will try to deceive us. First, there will be 2 false Antichrist prophets. Then after, the real Antichrist will perform godlike miracles and build a new temple in Jerusalem where he will rule the earth. Do not get the mark to trade, buy, or sell. Just know that if there are aliens, then they're not here to help us. All right, well, yeah, you guys, if you want to watch this entire video, go ahead and look for it, Project Bluebeam of NASA. We're going to go ahead and move on. This might be the last video here. We got through everything pretty quick. So, I was looking for Christians and aliens, and look who we have. It's our old buddy. This is the best video I could find. I saw a lot of Christians apologizing for science, saying, oh, you know, if aliens are discovered, it posits no threat to the Bible. There's a lot of Christians trying to make peace with NASA, trying to compromise. This guy turned out to be the voice of reason today. Welcome back, Mr. Wretched. Check it out.
Whoa, who would have thunk the Flintstones were not only entertaining, but scientifically accurate? There is life on other planets. Now, if only they could figure out a better braking system. Have you noticed? NASA, they seem bent on finding life on Mars. From Joe Rogan to the History Channel to our own government, it seems everyone is intrigued by the idea there could be some form of life out there in the cosmos. It's become a...
I mean, so fast, dude. X-Files, Joe Rogan, History Channel's Ancient Aliens, the government. It's just all right in your face, dude. I know I sound like a stereotypical conspiracy theorist. It's literally just all right in your face, bro. Joe Rogan is establishment. History Channel is establishment. The government's obviously establishment. X-Files has all kinds of predictive programming in it. Oh, man, it's just all right in your face. It's so establishment. It's such a lie.
Downright cultural obsession. Perhaps what drives this obsession is the desperate attempt to prove evolution. If only we can find primitive life somewhere, anywhere, anything! That will be the scientific proof we need to disprove the existence and necessity of God. And
dangerously based. This guy, dude, this guy is like powering up right now. He clearly has a strong stance against evolution, strong stance against alien life. Like, you guys, look, with it when it comes to the denomination stuff, I understand if you're a Protestant. I can understand if you're a Catholic. I can understand if you're Orthodox. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to see it like a lawyer, and you know, it could play out like a case in court. The best lawyer could make the Protestant side win. The best lawyer could make the Catholic side win. I have ultimately sided with the Catholic faith. I feel like I understand how the Protestant Reformation was an unfortunate mistake, but this guy's based, and this is just it, dude. This is the kind of people I'm looking for. I'm not going to browbeat you over your denomination. Like, this guy is over 9,000 right now.
And speaking of which, there is no small amount of irony in the secularists' mad dash attempts to find Martians. Their chief argument is that the universe is so big, statistically, there just has to be something out there. With no proof, they cling to the belief there's other life out there somewhere. But if you ever suggest God might be the life force that is out there, oh no, that's impossible. There's no proof for God. That's the smell of irony. So how do we know if there is life out there? We've got to look in here. That's right. A book that was written millennia ago gives us direction to answer the question, is there life on other planets? Number one, God is the creator of everything. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, there were other physical beings out there somewhere. They do not exist outside of God's creative decree. In other words, if, and I don't think they will, but if they do find life out there, it is not going to substantiate evolution. Number two, the Bible mum's the word on the positive proposition that there is life out there. The focus of the Bible, especially in Genesis, but all throughout, it's God's unique creative work and his redemptive work on earth and nowhere else. Is that an argument from silence? Yeah, but it's still an argument. Number three, what the Bible clearly does say is that God came to earth as a human in the person of Jesus to save humans on earth. It would be a bit inconsistent to think that other human or human-like creatures exist in his creation outside his redemptive intentions for earth. Number four, the Bible actually does mention other beings that are spiritual. Angels, demons, not humanoids from other planets. Do you smell the irony again? Secularists cry, there are no such thing as angels and demons, but there's definitely life out there that we haven't seen. It's pungent. But perhaps you're wondering, what about UFOs? We've got oodles of sightings of unidentified flying objects, and the solution to those mysterious sightings is baked right into the name. They are unidentified flying objects. We don't know what they are, but simply seeing an abnormality or inexplicable sight in the air does not warrant the conclusion that Kazoo is coming back. It is absolutely worth noting that many unidentified flying objects have indeed been identified as either misunderstood natural phenomenon, shooting stars, refraction, solar flares. Oftentimes we discover a UFO is actually misinterpreted man-made objects like air balloons, drones, military jets. UFOs, they are just that, unidentified flying objects, and it is only the wild imagination of NASA in the Twilight Zone that concludes, aha, that's a Martian spaceship. Might I humbly suggest, don't drive yourself bonkers trying to solve these ideas that have no scientific basis in reality. We have better things to do, and whatever you do, don't let it cause you to doubt God's very clear plan for this planet. And here it is. Someday, hopefully soon, an unidentified flying object is going to appear in the sky. That object is the person of the God-man, Jesus Christ, and he's going to burn up this place to cleanse it from corruption, create a new heaven and a new earth right here. Put your hope in that. Focus on that. There is far more reason to believe in Jesus than there is to believe in E.T.
Wow. This guy knocked it out of the park, bro. I feel like I couldn't have even said it better myself. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. See, if I hit the back button, I'll show you guys. I was looking. Yeah, and I typed on other videos. Let's see. Can I go back to the search? Christians and aliens. I was looking for a based video on this. Everyone is shilling for NASA. Everyone is apologizing for evolution. It's fine. It's not one or the other. You can believe in evolution in the Bible. It's fine. You can believe in alien life. Alien life poses no threat to the Bible. Everyone is bending the knee. All of these people are bending the knee except for one based wretched. And I had to scroll down a lot to find him. You guys, from day one, you should have never fence sat. You should have never fence sat with Darwinism. You should have never fence sat with space. For people's, for the benefit of the doubt, like, you guys, this is a very powerful enemy, and I think we are destined I think we are destined by God's plan and fate to succumb to these people. Like, hats off to you if you've seen through the grand illusion. The grand illusion is the scientific boot. The scientific boot. I mean, Wizard of Oz, long time ago when I was first getting woke, I heard that the Wizard of Oz was high-level symbolism. High-level symbolism. Like, legit Illuminati was behind the Wizard of Oz. The man behind the curtain, who was a wizard. The wizard behind the curtain who deceives the masses. That's exactly who our philosopher kings are, my friends. And scientific academia is their grand machine in which they are behind the curtain and they instruct the masses with their studies and with their scientific proofs. Does it mean that science is never helpful? No. But there are a couple of main ops that are working against Christians and that are meant to deceive us, my friends. I feel like we have time for one more video. Should we get a second opinion here? Yeah, I watched this one. I wasn't impressed with this one. I'm not impressed with like what any of these people are saying. That guy just won a lot of brownie points in my book. Stephen Hawking's stark warning for humans to leave Earth. Leave Earth right now. Holy shit. Get in the NASA spaceship. Let's go. Mars. Come on, guys. Let's go to Mars. Holy shit. We have 10 seconds to go to Mars. 10. 9. Everybody go to Mars. Mars. Fucking nutty, loony lunatic, dude. You will become such a mental illness if you start wrapping your mind up in this space science fiction shit, you guys. And what it comes down to is you don't sound scientific. I mean, just to be real, because people call me a science denier, you're the one who is not, like, the way that you're using the term scientific, and that guy Wretched laid it out so clearly. Like, it's not founded in reality. It's an appeal to ignorance fallacy. The universe is just so big. There has to be something out there. The reality is that the universe is not so big. But I digress. Neil deGrasse Tyson on God. Let's close out with some thoughts from a trader. Here we go.
Do you believe in God?
Me?
Creator?
Yeah, so I'm the more I look at the universe, just the less convinced I am that there is something benevolent going on. So if your concept of a creator is someone who's all powerful and all good, that's not an uncommon pairing of powers that you might ascribe to a creator. All powerful and all good. And I look at disasters that afflict Earth and life on Earth. Volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, disease, pestilence, congenital birth defects. You look at this list of ways that life is made miserable on Earth by natural causes. And I just ask, how do you deal with that? So philosophers rose up and said, if there is a God, God is either not all powerful or not all good. I have no problems if, as we probe the origins of things, we bump up into the bearded man. If that shows up, we're good to go. Okay? Not a problem. There's just no evidence of it. And this is why.
The problem of evil is philosophy 101. And notice the way he said that philosophers said that God is either not all powerful or not all good. Well, there's actually specific philosophers that said that, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And there's also other philosophers who made arguments against the problem of evil and who posited arguments for the existence of God, like the teleological argument, the cosmological argument, the transcendental argument. So what he just said that, like, oh, all philosophers said that, God is either, that's the problem of evil, Mr. deGrasse Tyson, and that's actually covered in Philosophy 101, and the answers to the problem of evil are also covered in Philosophy 101. So I guess my argument is that you're not even scratching the surface of Philosophy 101. Anybody who's taken a Philosophy 101 course can answer what this fucking tool is saying right now.
Why religions are called faiths, collectively. Because you believe something in the absence of evidence. That's what it is.
No, it's not actually, because the Bible is among the oldest documents that we have in existence. So all of the organizations that you're affiliated with have only been around for like 50 years, and everything you believe has only even had a blip on the radar for the last 100 years. The Bible is an ancient document with years and years and years and years and years of scholarship backing it up. So when you say that testimonies and eyewitness accounts do not classify as evidence, well, you're just fucking insane. You're just straight up lying. There's much greater evidence for the existence of God than there is for anything that you believe.
That's why it's called faith. Otherwise, we would call all religions evidence. But we don't. For
semantics.
Exactly that reason. So,
if it's not called evidence, then it's not real. What a fucking stupid semantic trick. Dude, I could humiliate this guy in front of the entire earth if I debated you. If I ever debated you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, you'd probably kill yourself.
So I'm given what everyone describes to be the properties that would be expressed by an all-powerful being in the gods that they worship. I look for that in the universe and I don't find it.
You literally sourced the problem of evil, bro. He's literally appealing to the problem of evil, which is Philosophy 101, and he's so smug about it. What Neil is arrogantly appealing to is the problem of evil. It's covered in Philosophy 101. So basically, okay, I had to leave my 2 cents here. What Neil is arrogantly appealing to is the problem of evil. It's covered in Philosophy 101. So basically, you could win this debate against Neil here if you took a Philosophy 101 class. What an idiot. What an idiot. All right, let's finish it up.
So I remain unconvinced. But if you've got some good evidence, bring it. Bring it. Okay? And so I don't lead with that information because what I believe should be irrelevant to anyone. It's not about me. It's about the real world.
Oh, man. Oh, that was brutal, guys. I'm sorry to end it there. But, yeah, I've given my answer. What Neil is arrogantly appealing to is the problem of evil. It's covered in Philosophy 101. So basically, you could win this debate against Neil here if you took a Philosophy 101 class. What an idiot. Okay, guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to the home base for one more hang tenny before we outie and aboutie. Appreciate you guys. This coming week, I think we're going to do another Monday and Friday. I think the podcasts are a little bit more special when we only do it twice a week. But I do feel like I see a time in the near future where we go back to 3 days a week. We'll take it 1 week at a time. I'm thinking Monday and Friday this coming week, y'all. But I will see y'all this weekend. Thanks for being here, and God bless. Keep on keeping on, partners.